Remember when I told you that Sony was quietly cutting out Bungie entirely? Well, it's not quite anymore. It literally happened full scale. Everything that I said, and as a Sony guy, this hurts. This hurts to say this. But Sony bought, and I think it was for 3.6 million. I think it was for 3.6 million dollars. Sony had acquired this about 3 or 4 years ago. Bought Bungie. And now, as of today, well, a couple of days ago, but the official numbers filed in the war notice that at least 292 Bungie employees have been laid off in Washington. That is over half of the company. They're gutting the company. It's not even silent anymore. Sony is, they took over Bungie, which is known for Destiny and another game, Marathon, but it took it over and said, I don't know why they did that, to be honest. What it seems like to me is Sony wanted to kill off its competition for its other games doing the same thing. I have no clue. I don't want to speculate that far. But what I am gonna say is, and again, as a Sony guy, man, this hurts to say, but guys, you really dropped the ball, and it sounds like you bought a company out, a great studio that was putting out some really cool, interesting games, just to say, oh yeah, by the way, you guys are all out. Like, kind of like paying them off to get out of the competition race. That's what it's appearing to be, okay? Now, this is not allegedly. Like, this was filed in the war notice, so these employees are out of there. And the cutoff date is July 9th. And there's no other locations, there's nothing else. So they're gone. I'm telling you, they're gone after this. Which sucks because Bungie was actually creating some good games. And when you paid $3.6 million just to shelf it, it just reminds me of these artists, right, who come up big. And I got something to say too. Sony buying Bungie just to cut them off and really lay off over 292 reminds me of rappers and all other musicians and artists and stuff like that are blowing up by themselves. Hot album, hot track, and then they get cut off and get shelved by the label that comes in and says, hey, we can give you this crazy advance and give you this crazy marketing and publishing deal, and you can own this, and we'll give you a car, and you don't got to pay it back. And you're like, what? And then you buy into that idea. And then they're like, oh yeah, we'll only have you for 5 albums. And you're like, 5 albums, dude, I make an album a month. 5 albums for this much, and I know it's gonna blow up because I have the fan base. Cool. And then you're like, all right, guys, I'm ready for this album. I already got it all figured out. And then the label comes up to you and the label says, yeah, about that one song. Let's we got some writers, and the writers they have some ideas. And you're like, what do you mean writers? Like, I am the writer. Okay. Maybe you misheard me. Okay. And then you try to go around it, and they're like, no, yeah. No, I don't think we're budging off that. They're like, okay, well, all right, that's cool. All right, this is label stuff. This is new. Okay. All right, well, we're gonna go with this name. Oh yeah, by the way, the name. We don't want to. Okay, as this is going down, months are passing, and your audience, your fan base is like, dude, where's some more music? And you're like, whew, you put in a detail, hey, one right on the way, and then you even leak a track, and then your label says, oh yeah, by the way, you're gonna have to take that down. Months are passing. Your audience is like, all right, bro, like, come on with the music. And you can't say anything really, and they're like, oh, it's coming soon. And then you go to the label like, hey guys, my fan base is wanting music. And they're like, yeah, but this artist is also putting out this album at the exact same time frame. So we're gonna have to push yours back. And don't worry, now we're talking about years later. Your fan base that was rocking with you, now they're died off. Now they're not. Now you're not as important, and now they shifted their attention to the other guy in your label that's releasing music in your similar genre, and now you're called what is called shelved. And in my opinion, that's what Sony did with Bungie. They shelved them. Maybe they were losing money. I'm not too sure. But, and for all the Marathon guys out there, I just want you to know, Marathon continues. There were cuts here, but I guess the majority of the layoffs didn't really affect the Marathon team as much. But I'm going to tell you straight up, in season 1 and season 2, so it sounds like it's still going to go on. Certainly a confusing sentiment, as both public and internal numbers would likely not describe a strong foundation. Yeah. I would imagine, guys, all the Marathon fans, I would just tell you from the bottom of my heart, just to prepare yourself, it's gone. It's going to be gone too. It's going to be gone too. No, and this is Forbes. No good news, no silver lining other than the fact that the entire studio wasn't shut down at least. No, that's literally what happened. Like, well, at least there is still workers. No, dude. I don't know what Sony's doing. All I know is from, like, just the silver lining on the wall, man. You guys are done. You had your run. So what does it tell me? My message to all these indie developers: stay independent. Take the time. It's reminding me of YouTube right now. Like, a lot of, like, Netflix has gone into the YouTube space, and they've gone in and for these people who have these audiences coming up, and they're like, I want to purchase you. If you are with like over 100,000 subscribers and you are averaging per video like 20, 30, 40,000 views, and you got a nice, cool little stream of income coming in from that, stay independent. If you're in my case, if you're a streamer like my case, and then Netflix comes in and then wants to buy me out, sure, I'll take that, and that will give me a platform to even build my audience even more. That's where you can take that. But when you're already rising up, but then you wanna just jump over the line, dude, in my opinion, you are gonna lose everything. You're gonna lose everything that built you. And these big companies are doing that to these creators that are already on their way. My approach: stay independent, so that you don't have to be whining later talking about, well, Sony did this, or this label did this, or they did that. No, bro, you did it to yourself. You didn't trust. You forgot what was keeping you hot, which were the fans. And I don't know Bungie's story. I'm interested to know if they were in financial trouble. But what it looks like to me is that Sony came in at the right time and was able to offer them money to buy them out, and you're going to be a part of the big conglomerate, Sony. And then they got shelved, just like the labels do with these artists. Like, this is nothing new. So, what do you guys think about this? Do you think Bungie is going to survive? Do you think the whole company is going to get shut down? Are they going to create any more games? Is Marathon going to continue? Let me know this in the comments.